Welcome to Kaliningrad, a city in Russia you've probably never heard of. Right, so I've just left the hotel here in Kaliningrad and I'm in this sort of park which is like the central core of the city, and I'm heading to Königsberg Cathedral. So there it is behind me, Königsberg Cathedral, built by the Prussians, and it lasted for years and years and years until the RAF bombers came and blasted the spires off. And here, on the side of the church, it says Immanuel Kant, a German philosopher who was buried in this cathedral. So Kaliningrad, the city in this area, is a strange anomaly within Russia because it's not actually part of Russia. It's an enclave sandwiched between Lithuania and Poland. And what happened was, during the Second World War, when the Soviets kicked the Germans out, they brought over hundreds of thousands of Russian citizens to populate the place. So back in the early 18th century, there's only around 300 Jews that lived in this city. But over time, it became one of the biggest population until, of course, they started sending them to the death camps and exterminating them. Most of the Jews that lived in this city were wiped out, only a handful survived. And then a more modern side of Kaliningrad. Actually, the city is fairly modern because almost all of it was destroyed during World War II. Speaking of modern, this area behind me is called the Fishing Village, and it's a stylized representation of what Kaliningrad or Königsberg used to look like, but it's all manufactured, it's all fairly new stuff. It looks really good though, doesn't it? And now it's full of bars. It does look good though, I do like it. And you would not think that it's less than 20 years old. And there's the lighthouse. Let's see if I can work out how to climb it. This looks like the likely spot. Let's find out. Спасибо. Здравствуйте, один. Спасибо. Right, here we go. 100 rubles, which is £1 to go up. This is the halfway point, like an art gallery. Made it. And there you are, Kaliningrad. So I've left the fishing village behind because I've got a new mission in every Russian city I visit, to see Lenin. So walking down Lenin Prospect reminds me of being in Russia. This is the Russia that I know. From the babushka with the orange hair to all the Cyrillic writing. Yeah, this is more like it. There he is, standing in front of Dom Iskusk. I think it must be some sort of like children's, or maybe just like a theatre. And look who you can see in this amazing building, Vladimir Damierov. Just passing the Yuzhny Vauxhall train station, and statue over there. Let's go and see who he is. It says Pamitnik Kalinin. So that's the guy, a Bolshevik, who the city was named after, Kaliningrad. There he is, with his fancy hair and the hammer and sickle on the front. Look at this nice little church just opposite. Love the wooden effect. Let's see if we can go inside. Look at this. And unusually for a place like this, the babushka behind me said, yeah, take some video. Спасибо, до свидания.
Спасибо, Господи, до свидания.
Here, it's Brandenburg Gate. There's a few of these in Kaliningrad, but this is the only one that is still in use as a sort of gate, like you can see. Back in the day, you'd get the army coming through and the soldiers and the king's men. So I've just come to a very happening place. Sounds like there's a fountain, I can't see it yet, and this magnificent building in front of me, which is some sort of museum, I think. All the kids playing in the water. And I don't blame them for being in that fountain because it is bloody boiling in Kaliningrad today. I'm walking towards a Soviet eyesore that's been left derelict since the 1970s because what happened was it was found to be unsafe. It was meant to be an administrative building, but now it's just left a rack and ruin with graffiti and birds hanging around and broken windows. Look, the signs here. Watch out! Angry dog! Do svidaniya. Do svidaniya, собака. So there you go. Watch out for angry dogs in the house of the Soviet. So I'm back at the hotel, the Ibis Kaliningrad Centre. So I'll see more of things tomorrow. So it's the next morning, another sunny day in Kaliningrad, and let's go and see some more of the sights that this city's got to offer. Just passing the sports hall there. The brave Soviet ladies chasing doves and the men playing football. This behind me is a monument to the Atlantic pioneers. So I'm getting closer to this amazing thing. I think it might be under construction. There's even a guy up there doing something. Is he cleaning, or are they fitting something? Look like they're working. Wow, look at them. So I've just come in like some sort of ship museum. A massive ship there called the Vintiaz. So yeah, lots of ships to see. Old ships, I think. So it was an anti-submarine plane. I love the Soviet star. Look at this. And look at this I just stumbled upon. Obviously to do with the Great Patriotic War. Huge obelisk there, eternal flame. How good is this? Another one. This one to the heroes of the First World War. Statues aplenty in Kaliningrad. Monument Mat Russia, Mother Russia. So I've seen motherland statues in Kiev, Ukraine, Tbilisi, Georgia, and Volgograd here in Russia, which was a few videos before. It's not in the same league, but it's still pretty good. I like it. Look at this square. That looks good. I like those buildings. Nice fountain. Main street. And even a McDonald's. So this square is Victory Square. During World War II, it was called Adolf Hitler Platz. And there used to be a statue of Lenin, that one that I saw yesterday, but it was moved at some point. So now I'm just walking towards Christ the Saviour Cathedral, the largest cathedral in Kaliningrad, but it's actually only built in 2006. Well, I just moved on to this. Two bison fighting. Popular place because loads of tour guides giving talks, people getting photographs taken. This is what I should be doing, just following a tour group. So they've stopped. Let's see what he's pointing to and talking about. Is it something important? It's got some barbed wire around there. Maybe it's a prison. No time for dallying when you're trying to secretly trail a tour group. Peter the First, Peter the Great. There he is. Right, let's leave them in peace. I'm going to head to the Cosmonaut Monument. Well, that must be getting close, judging by that on the corner of that building. Oh, there it is. Monument to the cosmonauts. Because obviously during the Cold War, it was an important thing for the Soviets. So there you go, Cosmonaut Monument. Maybe my favourite monument in the city. Right, so I'm just outside the Centralny Rynek, the central market. Always a hotbed of meat and vegetable and cheese. Let's have a look inside. Look at all this. Nice strawberries. So I found all the fruit and vegetables and the nuts and the spices. It's a huge place, massive. Probably the biggest central market I've ever been in. So it was a former German bomb shelter built in 1945. 200 рублей. Спасибо. Спасибо большое. Спасибо. Спасибо. До свидания. Right, here we are. And luckily, I've got information in English. So each room is just got all photographs. Well, that monument's not there anymore. Otto von Bismarck. It's this little model of what it was like inside. German officers sitting there at tables, communicating with the outside world. And this is the actual room where the chief of the Germans, seated there, he surrendered to the Soviet troops. There you go, at the exit. So back at the hotel, my tour of Kaliningrad is finished, a city you've probably never heard of. Tomorrow I'm heading to Novosibirsk, the capital of Siberia. See you there. I'm Jason Smart, and if you've liked this travel video, please click subscribe.